Hello, I'm Camelia. Welcome to KiniNews. Perikatan Nasional's Muhammad Sanusi has chosen yet again to traverse the contentious tightrope, amplifying the disputed notion of non-Muslims being major contributors to corruption. This comes close on the heels of the Prime Minister's final warning against those stoking racial and religious tension as we edge closer to the state elections. Perikatan National Election Director Muhammad Sanusi Md Nor is affirming a claim previously made by PAS that non-Muslims are predominantly involved in corruption. Sanusi insists that his allegations are fact-based and accurate. This statement emerged in response to questions about how PN intends to secure support from non-Muslim voters in the upcoming state elections, given the controversial remarks by one of its leaders. Past President Abdul Hadi Awang had previously stoked controversy by suggesting non-Muslims and non-Bumiputra were the root of corruption. Sanusi doubled down on Hadi's position, declaring that he stands by what Hadi has said. He said, quote, "Go take a look at the records of people getting arrested for giving and receiving bribes. There are more non-Muslims." He made these remarks during the recent episode of the Keluar Sekejap podcast, hosted by Khairi Jamaluddin and suspended UMNO leader Shahril Hamdan. Last year, Hadi's accusations were supported by past leaders who pointed to a local university's survey. Although the survey indicated that 73.4% of convicted bribe givers were non-Malay, it also revealed the opposite for bribe recipients. The study's lead author, Christine Chong, stated that her research found that roughly 82% of convicted bribe solicitors or takers were Malay. According to Sanusi, these assertions about non-Malays' involvement in corruption serve as a counterpoint to an alleged DAP narrative that suggests Malay leaders are corrupt. Barisan Nasional gives the green light to MCA and MIC's electoral silent treatment, as these component parties have opted not to campaign for Pakatan Harapan in the upcoming state elections, adding a new twist to the political drama. Barisan Nasional has given its nod to MCA and MIC's decision to refrain from campaigning for Pakatan Harapan in the upcoming state elections. This resolution was reached during the BN Supreme Council meeting held in Kuala Lumpur last night, according to insider sources. The sources revealed that MCA and MIC presented their reasoning for their non-campaigning stance, which was subsequently accepted by the BN Supreme Council. In contrast, UMNO pledged its support to campaign for Harapan candidates. In the meantime, the meeting did not address MCA and MIC's decision to not contest the election. A source said there were no discussions regarding this. BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi mentioned that UMNO acknowledged and respected their decision, said a source. Despite this, both MCA and MIC leaders pledged their unwavering support to the unity government led by Anwar Ibrahim. While MCA and MIC have rebuffed claims of boycotting the Harapan BN Pact, there are ongoing speculations suggesting that both parties were overlooked during the seat negotiation process. The Prime Minister is calling out the 3R troublemakers, promising that no stone will be left unturned in bringing to justice those who stoke the flames of racial, royal, and religious discord. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has issued a stern warning to those he labels as extremists. These are individuals who exploit the sensitive issues of race, royalty, and religion, commonly referred to as the 3Rs. Anwar emphasized that both the police and the Communications and Multimedia Commission are actively monitoring these so-called extremists, assuring that no party will evade legal repercussions. Speaking to reporters after chairing a Unity Government Leadership Consultative Council meeting at Menara Dato' On, Kuala Lumpur last night, Anwar said there will be no exceptions. He further explained that anyone who violates the laws and regulations, challenges the Constitution, or sows discord will face legal consequences. This stance, he said, is supported not only within the government or his party, but also has been discussed in the Conference of Rulers. She added that the country must be protected from those who prioritize their grip on power over the people's interests, causing chaos and disunity. Jasmine Liu, infamous for her association with fugitive Jolo and her role in the 1MDB scandal, now has an unexpected guest status at the Dangwangi District Police Headquarters following her recent arrest. Jasmine Liu Aiswan, a known associate of fugitive Jolo and a key figure implicated in the 1MDB scandal, was arrested by the police last Friday. Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution Ismail confirmed the arrest to reporters, revealing that her attorney had indicated her willingness to fully cooperate with the ongoing investigations into 1MDB. He further noted that after her arrest in Kuala Lumpur, Liu was transferred to the Dangwangi District Police Headquarters. Authorities obtained a remand order against her on the following day. The investigation is being conducted under Section 409 of the Penal Code, involving various areas that the police need to scrutinize. However, Minister Saifuddin declined to provide further details surrounding the circumstances of Liu's arrest, simply affirming that she had indeed been arrested. He also maintained that he was not privy to the progress of the investigation, including whether Liu had revealed any information about Jolo. Liu held the position of the Executive Director of Group Strategy at 1MDB and was reportedly a part of Liu's close-knit circle. Furthermore, allegations suggest that she was one of the recipients of the misappropriated 1MDB funds. When denied entry into Malaysia, it seems travelers will have to take a U-turn courtesy of their airline companies. Gone are the days of third-party contractors as the government puts the onus back onto the airlines. The Malaysian government has determined that airline companies should take responsibility for handling travelers who are denied entry into the country rather than delegating this task to a third party. This announcement came from Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution Ismail in a press conference following a cabinet meeting in Putrajaya. Saifuddin emphasized that this decision aligns with the regulations of the International Civil Aviation Organization and Malaysia's Immigration Act. These rules state that any traveler refused entry into a country should be managed by the airline they traveled with. Saifuddin explained that airlines must verify that a traveler has a return ticket before issuing a boarding pass. The reason being that if a traveler is denied entry, the law mandates the airline to manage their deportation process. This includes overseeing their accommodation, meals, and arranging their return flight. Saifuddin announced that the cabinet has agreed to return this responsibility to the airlines. Until now, airlines in Malaysia had contracted a company called Monocircle to handle travelers assigned a not-to-land status by immigration authorities. SUPP leader Law Ke Chiang has expressed concern that the ongoing race-based quota system in higher education could reinforce the perception that academic accomplishment is influenced by factors such as ethnicity, religion, and skin color. He articulated that the implementation of quotas may imply that non-Bumiputra accomplishments are considered less valuable simply because they do not fit within the confines of the set quota distribution. He was quoted by Dayak Daily as saying that this would undermine the pursuit of excellence, dampens motivation, and cultivates a culture of mediocrity rather than excellence, negating the fundamental purpose of education. Law, who also serves as the assembly person for Bukit Kitang, asserted that education's primary role is to offer everyone an equal opportunity to cultivate their potential. He further stressed that the criteria for academic progression should be founded on individual abilities, talents, perseverance, and commitment, not their racial or religious background. Dialing up the election fever, a deputy minister calls upon employers to pave the way for their employees to return home for casting their votes in the forthcoming state elections next month, hinting at a not-so-pleasant legal aftermath for those who dare obstruct. Deputy Human Resources Minister Mustafa Sakmut has urged employers to allow their employees to return to their respective hometowns for voting in the upcoming 6 state elections next month. Despite not intending to release an official circular, the minister reminded employers of the legal consequences detailed in the Election Offences Act 1954. According to the Act, employers could face a fine up to 5,000 ringgit or a 1-year imprisonment if they obstruct their employees' right to vote. Mustafa emphasized the need for employer compliance with this law and urged employees who face voting impediments to report to the Department of Labor or related agencies for further assistance. The 6 state elections will occur simultaneously on August 12th, with nominations due on July 29th and early voting beginning on August 8th. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.